guys, it's Emma and I'm back today for you with another video, and today I'm going to be doing episode 7 of recommending books to y'all based on Bella Sara cards that I pull. If you are new to my channel, first of all, hi, you should totally subscribe. There is a series that I do where I essentially take one of the decks of my Bella Sara cards and I pick 3 at random, and then I recommend y'all 3 books based on those cards. 3 cards, 3 books, 3 recommendations per episode, right? I'll link somewhere up here the entire series in case you want to go back and see the previous episodes. But since this video is my first video ever of the new year, I thought we would spice it up a little bit and use a different deck this time, okay? We're gonna be using my Moon Fairy deck.
She was a fairy.
I'm taking out the story cards, so we're not using those. This is gonna be a little bit intimidating, okay? First, because the deck is much smaller than the deck that we normally use, and also because this is when Bella Sara started getting like very hierarchical with their herds and like started actually going through the herds one by one. So we have like the princes, the princesses, the queens, the kings, the knights, the chatelaines, everything of the sort. But we're gonna do our damn best, okay? Before we actually start, I would really appreciate it if you guys would look down in the description box for all the links there that I have for you guys pertaining to stuff going on in the world right now. And those links will be down there for you guys to interact with and to share. And then down in the comment section, let me know whether or not you guys like these recommendations, whether you like Bella Sara, what your favorite Bella Sara card was or is, what y'all's recommendations would be, the usual, right? So with that being said, let's just get right into it. So first, we're just gonna kind of space them out at least as much as we can. All right, let's see here. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go with 1, and then we're gonna go with 2, and then we're gonna go with 3. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, and 3, and we're gonna go with 1. And this card that we have is Phoebe. Okay, your open mind and intuition are magical gifts, and Phoebe is the White Fairy Queen's steed. Okay, so she's got mushrooms all around her. Looks like she's in a grove or something. She's got these really feathery wings, almost like a bird. We could do something with that. We could do a white book since she's a white horse. We could do something that has to do with like purples and greens and anything of the sort. There's a lot of stuff we could do here. I'm not gonna lie, her name, Phoebe, makes me think of Phoebus Apollo. So maybe we could do something either with the sun or something to do with Greek mythology.
A few inches later.
So the book that I would like to recommend based on Phoebe's card is Lore of the Wilds by Analeigh Sbrana. All right, this is about Lore, who was part of this group of humans that has essentially been stranded in the land of the Fae. And the Fae do not like humans. They do not treat humans very nicely at all. And she strikes up a deal with this Fae Lord when he's like, I need a librarian. I need someone to come in here to this library that no Fae can touch. It's been cursed. And I'll basically give you whatever you need in the village, right? So Lore is like, oh, okay, well, deal. Because 1, great, it'll help my friends and family back in the village, but also it will give Lore a chance to look and see if she can find any way where humans can use magic and fight back against the Fae. I want to recommend this based on Phoebe's card. 1, because Phoebe is the White Fairy Queen's steed, all right? And we're dealing with Fae here. Also, Phoebe is a white mare, and Lore's dress is white. And also, we just see a lot of plants, like for example, the mushrooms and the trees in the back. And Lore is a healer, all right? She can use a bunch of different plants in order to make stuff to heal people, all right? I think this works really well. Lore of the Wilds may not have been one of the best books that I read last year. However, I think it was very entertaining, all right? And let's just say I cannot wait for the sequel to come out. And maybe Fae are for me. Now, we have 2 left.
And then there were 2.
I know.
You know what, though?
Nobody likes us. The 2 bitches are left.
We're just gonna go with this one. So, this card is Girkin! Okay, there will always be more ways to see the world, and Girkin is the Green Fairy King's steed. We could go the obvious route with Girkin. Okay, he's a unicorn, so obviously we could do something about unicorns. Or we could go maybe the less obvious route, since he's green and he's brown and he's got like moss in his mane and like there are 2 twigs like that spiral to make his horn or whatever. We could do something that pertains to earth. We could do something that pertains to the forest. We could also do like a green book if we just wanted to be really easy with it. Okay, might be cheating here a little bit. But I would like to recommend, based on Girkin's Card, a second book in a series, okay? And that book is Song of the Wanderer by Bruce Coville. Now, with this being said, okay, I guess in tandem, I would recommend the entire series for Girkin. The Unicorn Chronicles is a series about this girl that gets sucked into the land of the unicorns called Luster, and she is the only person that can essentially stop this land from essentially imploding. On this journey, she makes a lot of new friends, obviously unicorns, and a lot of other magical creatures as well. And as the books go forward, it just gets more and more intense, and it gets to almost like be this apocalyptic. It was so cool. Okay, I read the shit out of these in middle school, and particularly, all right, with Song of the Wanderer being for Girkin. All right, first of all, this is my favorite cover out of like all 4 of the books. I just love this cover so much. It's green. Okay, it's unicorns. It's obviously got a lot of plants and earth stuff. Okay, but more, I guess, in general with the whole series, I want to recommend this series based on Girkin's Card simply because this series, like I was saying, deals with our main character trying to stop the land, the earth of Luster from literally imploding in on itself. I hold this series so dear to my heart, and I just think if you're looking for a good time and you're like me and you wish more fantasy books nowadays had more unicorns in them, this is most definitely going to be for you. All right, lastly, we have Twig and Dru. This is going to be interesting. I should have taken out the people cards. Oops. Oh well. Spend your time on things that matter. The rest will take care of itself. And these are the dryads of Drazelmare. We're doing a lot of earth stuff in this video, okay? Because a dryad is like a tree nymph or an oak tree nymph, something like that. Something to do with trees. So we can most definitely do that. We could do something that just has a bunch of flowers on the cover. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. This kind of threw me a little bit. I didn't even think to take out the people. Okay.
But I'm afraid you'll just have to wait.
I hate waiting.
This is gonna be a little bit of a journey. Okay, bear with me here. Walk with me. All right. I would like to recommend, based on Twig and Dru's card, the Inuyasha manga series. Okay, hear me out. Inuyasha is about this girl named Kagome who is part of this modern day world, obviously, but she falls down a well and she gets transported back to feudal Japan. And she meets this half demon named Inuyasha, and she and Inuyasha and a few of the friends they make along the way have to essentially gather up all of the shards of this jewel that, if put together and given to somebody, will give them unearthly powers. So it's all about them trying to get these shards back, and just the demons and the humans that they meet along the way, and whether or not demons and humans are that much different from one another. Now, walk with me here, okay? Dru and Twig are dryads, right? Dryads, tree nymph, right? And I'm pretty sure in like the Belisara lore that they live in this gigantic tree where all the Pegasi live, called Drazelmare. And they like even become like part of this tree sometimes, like when they go to sleep or re-energize. Nevertheless, they have something to do with a big ass tree, right? And being near, if not on, this tree, right? Inuyasha, when Kagome first meets Inuyasha, he has been stuck to a tree for 50 years by an arrow, right? And so he's like 50 years have obviously gone by, and so growth has overtaken the tree, and he's kind of like buried in vines or whatever, right? Stuck to a tree, connected to a tree. Both pretty important trees in their respective canons. And also, there is a character in the Inuyasha series that rides an animal companion.
Sometimes my genius is... it's almost frightening.
I think that's pretty damn good. Inuyasha, the anime, is my favorite anime of all time. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. I just love that show so much. Nothing can make me laugh or relax the way Inuyasha can make me laugh and relax. All right, Kagome is literally one of my favorite characters of any media of all time. I love her so much. And it's really no different from the anime, okay? And, you know, vice versa, obviously. You know, it's a very good thing I didn't take out the human cards. Or else I wouldn't have been able to recommend Inuyasha. Still probably would have found a way though, honestly. So you guys, those were the 3 cards. And these are the 3 recommendations. Well, 3. I hope that you've enjoyed. This is probably like my favorite series to do on my channel. Probably this or the one where I recommend books based on anime. With that being said, you guys, I hope that you've enjoyed. I hope you continue to look out for more stuff on my channel. I hope that you guys are staying safe. And lastly, I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day.